it's Embert. How are you today? I'm good. First of all, I'm still waiting for my grandson to find my blue sweater. I love my blue sweater. Where is it? At least I have my shirt that I love. It looked purple the other day. It's actually blue. That's my favorite color. So if you ever have a test and it says, what is Embert's favorite color? You should be able to say blue. Excuse me. So the way Embert, that's me, the way we ended up on here, well, I'll tell you, my grandson listens to a podcast and it's called Weird AF News. The AF is like A like apple, F like fat man. So it's Weird AF News. And you could get that if you add it to your flash briefing on your Alexa in the app. So my grandson has been listening to this Weird AF News for over a year, maybe longer. It could be 2 years. And it's in his flash briefing. So every time he says, oh, Alexa, and then he follows it up with to play the flash briefing, it plays the news and then the weather, and then there's something about history and dictionary day. And then there's all of a sudden is this Weird AF News. So the man's name that does the podcast is named Jonesy. I don't know what he looks like, but he sounds like he's young. He probably has brown hair. He's probably short. He probably has brown eyes. He might have some scruff on his face. I don't know. I've never seen the man. Now, I have to tell you, I didn't know who he was. My nephew, I keep calling him my nephew. My grandson is the one that listens to him all the time. He loves him. So I start listening. And, some of the things are funny. You learn a lot about poop on his show. People poop a lot on his show. And then he tells us about it. Also, people do a lot of the drugs, which they're not good for you, but they do them. But he will tell stories about people in Florida. I didn't know Florida people were so stupid. I was going to retire to Florida, but I decided not to because I don't want to leave my family. So I didn't go to Florida yet, but I don't think I would because I've been learning so much about him. He's got a thing called Florida Fridays. Anyhow, so he always does this. I guess it's like a commercial. In the old days with TV, when TV first came up, now with radio too, the commercials were mostly also a lot of times done by the people that were in the show. So they would stop doing the show, and then all of a sudden they would go into advertisement about maybe Winston cigarettes. The Flintstones would take a break while they were doing their show, and then they would sell Winston's too, and then they get back in their houses and do their thing. So anyway, this is what this Jonesy does. He does a commercial every day for Anchor, and they're at anchor.fm. That's like fat man, Anchor, ANCHOR. It's like, when you stop a ship, you use an anchor. Anyhow, so he does this every day. And my grandson says to me, he says, Dad, we could do a podcast like Jonesy does. And I said, oh, no, I don't want to talk about people pooping all day long and doing the drugs. He said, no, Granddad, we could do it about almost anything, except we can't talk about politics because the YouTubes will turn you off. Well, I'm old. I can get away with a lot. But so far, we're not going to talk too much about that kind of stuff. But anyhow, he says to me, we could do that. I'm like, well, it's going to cost a lot of money. He said, no, I looked. So, well, there's two things here. One, I don't know how come. Well, I mean, they don't charge for it. So when Jonesy advertises for them, he doesn't say to use a code or a special link. He just says, go to anchor.fm So he got the podcast set up. Now, the podcast now, wait, I got a list if I can figure out how to work this stupid thing. We're on a lot of places, and none of them cost us anything. Where is that list? Here it is. Okay, so we're on Apple, Google. Does that say Queer? Oh, Overcast, Amazon Music, Castbox, Pocket Cast, Radio Plus, and Stretcher. Oh, I'm sorry. Does that say Stretcher? Stitcher. Okay, anyhow. So we're on all those places. Plus we're on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. And where the hell's the rest of my head? Why do you always gotta hide my head? Now we got a big thing behind us. It's called a green screen. We had a green sheet one day. Now we got a green screen. So it's this huge screen behind me, but you can't see it. I can't see it either unless I turn around. But I guess it's supposed to make it so your face doesn't disappear in your head, but that's not working. So he just spent $140 on his stupid green screen. But we're supposed to be able to do the weather on it if we want to. I don't know how, but anyway, going back to Jonesy. So that's how we got on all these places. So I am here right now to recommend to you that well, first of all, you got to make sure you subscribe to It's Embert. And you can go to our website at itsembert.com. And you also can subscribe on, well, that's where you get to the places. We don't have everything on there yet because my grandson's taking a while. And anyway, but if you go to anchor.fm, you'll see all the podcast places. And if you go to the website, itsembert.com, then you can also see all the websites, like the YouTubes and Rumbles, and then Odyssey. So there's a place called Odyssey. It doesn't work so well. It doesn't let us upload a lot of our videos because it says they're too big. Well, I got things to say. I'm old, I talk. And if they don't like that, we won't put our videos on there if they don't fit. But we try every day. But we're not going to make a change for one company, but all the other companies let us go on there. Now, I forgot what else we're on, but we're on a lot of things. But right now, it's just the stats we see. We got a decent, growing, slow amount of visitors. But since you go to so many places, you go someplace you see no views or 3 views or whatever. But when you put them all together from all the different places, it's more. We still need more. And I still need to hear from you to ask you your questions so that I can answer them for you. So what I need you to do is to go to do that. But also, I want you to go and find Jonesy. It's Jonesy. You just look up Jonesy. He does his podcast in the closet, which I think it means, and it's okay. I think he's gay, so he's still in the closet. But if you're gay and in the closet, then why wouldn't you tell people that you're in the closet? Because isn't that like being out of it? But anyhow. So go watch Jonesy, and also go watch Embert. And you tell Jonesy, Embert sent you. Because when Embert sends somebody to something, whether it's a store or to buy a product or to go listen to something, it's Embert. When I say it, it's Embert, which basically just means I'm the one that said it. Okay? So that's going to be it for this show. We got one more to do today because we did do one yesterday. Because my grandson had to go to an appointment. Actually, he was going to an interview. And that's what happened there.
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
I didn't ask for an answer for anything, Alexa. Alexa just woke up.
Amazon Echo, often shortened to Echo, is an American brand of smart speakers developed by Amazon.
I don't care. Go away. Okay.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Oh, for the love of God. So we'll see you tomorrow, or well, later today. But I mean, maybe we just hear each other. Well, I hear you, you hear me. That's it. And Barney, remember Barney? That's what he sounded like. I'm not a big purple dinosaur. Although this shirt does look purple sometimes, but it's blue. You can count on that. All right. Okay. Well, have a good day.